Hello friends, welcome to Engineering Funda family. In this video, I will solve two interesting problems based on DTFT. Here, questions will be there based on calculation of magnitude and phase. See, in first question, I will identify magnitude and phase for given system, and in second question, I will be solving magnitude and phase for given signal. So let me start this video with solution of question number 5. See, here we need to determine magnitude and phase for given system. Here, when you talk about system, at that time you need to identify response of system. And to understand response, first of all, with this given polynomial, I will apply DTFT. So let us apply DTFT to this given polynomial. If you apply DTFT to this polynomial, then this y of n, now that will become y of e to the power j omega. Here we have 1 by 4, that is constant. Then here we need to apply time shifting property. So here with y of n, we have n minus 1. So here we will be having e to the power minus j omega, that we need to multiply with y of e to the power j omega. And over this side we have x of n, that will be now x of e to the power j omega. And here we will apply time shifting property. So we need to multiply e to the power minus j omega with x of e to the power j omega, right? And this time shifting property that I have explained in my last video. Now, based on this equation, we need to understand magnitude and phase of given system. So first of all, we need to understand what is system. So system will be h of e to the power j omega, and that will be y of e to the power j omega divided by x of e to the power j omega. So here we need to simplify this equation. Now here what we will be doing is we will be taking x of e to the power j omega common. So here we will be having 1 minus e to the power j omega in numerator, and with denominator, if you take y of e to the power j omega common, then over here we will be having 1 plus 1 by 4 e to the power minus j omega. So that is how we have system in terms of frequency domain. Now we need to understand magnitude and phase representation. See, magnitude and phase representation, that we can calculate for this numerator and denominator separately. So first of all, I will explain calculation for numerator. See, here we have numerator, and this numerator is 1 minus e to the power minus j omega. Now here with this, I will take e to the power minus j omega by 2 common. So e to the power minus j omega by 2, that I am taking common. So this will be e to the power j omega by 2 minus e to the power minus j omega by 2. Right. Now with this, if you divide this by 2j, then you can represent this in form of sine of omega by 2. So 2j, that we need to multiply over here, right? So we can further simplify this. So now you can observe this is 2j e to the power minus j omega by 2 into sine of omega by 2. Now with this numerator, I will explain magnitude and phase. So when you talk about magnitude of numerator, so that is simply 2 times of sine of omega by 2, right? That is 2 times of sine of omega by 2. And when you talk about angle of this numerator, then you need to be careful over here, angle of numerator. See, here we have j, means here we have angle pi by 2, and e to the power minus j omega by 2 that is there with us. So with this e to the power j theta, that is how angle will be there. So here we have e to the power minus j omega by 2. So here angle will be minus omega by 2. See, always remember this, as and when you have something over here and e to the power something over here, at that time e to the power j angle theta, that is how things will be there. So here we have minus j omega by 2, that's why minus omega by 2 is there. And here we have imaginary component j, that's why pi by 2 that is provided over here. And with magnitude we have 2 and sine omega by 2, right? Now I'll explain you calculation for denominator. See this calculation that is quite interesting. For denominator, we cannot directly do calculation as per this calculation. Here we have 1 plus 1 by 4 e to the power minus j omega. So here e to the power minus j omega, that I'll be writing in form of sine and cos. So 1 plus 1 by 4 and e to the power minus j omega, that is cos of omega minus j sine of omega. This equation that one should know, e to the power minus j omega, that is cos of omega minus j sine of omega. Now here I'll separate real and imaginary component. So here real component is 1 plus 1 by 4 cos of omega, and imaginary component is minus j 1 by 4 sine omega. Now based on real and imaginary component, we can identify magnitude of denominator and angle of denominator. Right. Let me explain how. See here, magnitude of denominator, that will be square root of real component square plus imaginary component square. So here real component is 1 plus 1 by 4 cos of omega, and here imaginary component is minus of 1 by 4 sine omega, right? And here we need to calculate this further. So if you further simplify over here, then you will get 1 plus 2 into 1 into 1 by 4 cos omega, that will be 1 by 2 cos omega. Then here we will be having 1 by 4 cos omega whole square, that will be 1 by 16 cos square omega, and this will be plus 1 by 16 sine square omega. Now here you can observe we have 1 by 16 common, cos square omega plus sine square omega, that is 1. So in total this will be 1 by 16 only. 1 by 16 plus 1, that will be 17 divided by 16, and here we have 1 by 2 cos omega, right? So that is how one can calculate magnitude of denominator. Now let us identify angle of denominator. So if you calculate angle of denominator, then that will be simply tan inverse of imaginary component divided by real component. Here imaginary component is minus of 1 by 4 sine omega, and here real component is 1 plus 1 by 4 cos omega. So here this negative sign that will come out, and if you take LCM of 4, then here 4 will come, and this 4 and this 4 that is getting cancelled. So negative sign that we have took out. So here we'll be having sine omega divided by 4 plus cos omega, right? So now we have magnitude and phase of numerator and denominator. So now we can identify in total magnitude of system, right? So here in total magnitude of system, let me explain that. See, in total magnitude of system, that is magnitude of numerator divided by magnitude of denominator, right? So magnitude of numerator, that is 2 sine omega by 2. So that will be 2 sine omega by 2, and magnitude of denominator that we have calculated over here, that is square root of 17 by 16 plus 1 by 2 cos of omega. Now when you talk about angle of system, then here you need to understand this. See, here we are talking about numerator and denominator. So angle will be numerator angle minus denominator angle, right? So here angle will be numerator angle minus denominator angle. Numerator angle that we have calculated, that is pi by 2 minus omega by 2, minus denominator angle that we have calculated. So minus minus, that is getting plus, and then we have tan inverse of sine of omega divided by 4 plus cos of omega. So that is how one can identify magnitude and phase for given system. So this is the standard process that one should know, right? For system, you should follow this standard process. Now, let me solve second problem that will resolve your understanding further. See, here we will be calculating magnitude and phase for given signal. So here we have simple signal, and here we will identify magnitude and phase using DTFT. So now what I'll do is I'll apply DTFT. See, if you apply DTFT, then we will be having x of e to the power j omega. And as per the standard equation of DTFT, we have summation where n is ranging from minus infinite to plus infinite. X of n e to the power minus j omega n. That is the standard formula for DTFT. Now here if you carefully observe, see x of n, that is 1, where n is ranging from 0 to 4. So here with this summation, n will be ranging from 0 to 4. At the time this x of n is 1, elsewhere it is 0. So x of n, that we are keeping it as a 1. So here we will be having e to the power minus j omega n, right? Now easily simplify this using series. Let me explain that equation again. See, here one should know for summation where n is ranging from 0 to k, a to the power n, we will be having 1 minus a to the power k plus 1 divided by 1 minus a. This is the standard equation for series. Now same thing that we will be applying over here. So here you see this value of k, that is 4, and this value of a, that is e to the power minus j omega, right? So here in numerator we have 1 minus a, where a is e to the power minus j omega, and value of k, that is 4. So here we have a to the power k plus 1, means here we will be having 5, and in denominator we have 1 minus a, where a is e to the power minus j omega. Now we can simplify this further. See, this calculation, that is quite easy for magnitude and phase representation, and you should follow this process. Otherwise, see here what I have done. Here when it was about this calculation, at that time I have used e to the power minus j omega is equals to cos omega minus j sin omega, and this calculation is lengthy, but here we need to apply that calculation only. But if you have 1 minus e to the power j omega or something like that, in that case we should follow this process only, right? So this process that we can apply over here as well. So here, see, from numerator, I'll be taking e to the power minus j phi omega by 2 then here in bracket we will be having e to the power plus j phi omega by 2 minus e to the power minus j phi omega by 2. Right. Same thing that we can do for denominator. So here we will be taking e to the power minus j omega by 2 common. So we'll be having e to the power j omega by 2 minus e to the power minus j omega by 2. Right. And this equation that we can convert in form of angle of sine. For that, here we can divide it by 2j, and over here also we can divide it by 2j. So this is getting cancelled. Now, here if you observe, see this portion, that is e to the power minus j into phi omega by 2 minus omega by 2 means 4 omega by 2 means it will be 2 omega. And if you talk about this term, then that is simply sine of phi omega by 2. And if you talk about this term, then that is simply sine of omega by 2. So this calculation that represents magnitude and phase. Let me write it over here. See, here when you talk about magnitude, so magnitude of x of e to the power j omega, so that is having this much portion only, that is sine of pi omega by 2 divided by sine of omega by 2. And when it comes to angle of x of e to the power j omega, then that is e to the power j theta, where theta is minus 2 omega. So here we have minus 2 omega. So if you have this category of calculation, at that time you can take common and then divide it by 2j and convert that in terms of sine. But if you have calculation in which you have 1 by 4 or something like that, in that case you will have to replace e to the power j angle in form of cos minus j sine. Here we have negative sign, that's why here we have negative sign. Here if you have positive sign, then you will be having positive sign. So this is what you need to keep in your mind when you solve problems. I hope now you are having fair enough idea about how to solve magnitude and phase using DTFT. By solving these two questions, I think you can solve any questions based on magnitude of phase. But you should be accurate when you solve questions. I have seen students are doing mistake when they do calculation. For calculation, you need to do practice. After practice, definitely your accuracy will improve. Thank you so much for watching this video.